for joining us with those. Quickly to the hijacking attempt of a ship in North Arabian Sea on which 15 Indians are on board. The ship was kept under continuous surveillance using maritime patrol aircraft. The Indian Navy Marine Commandos are present on board. And they deployed warship.
Gotten to where we are and growing our businesses here in the cannabis industry.
So in honor of Thanksgiving, what is your favorite high meal? When you're high, you're like, okay, this is my meal.
I need that dressing and cranberry sauce.
No, y'all call it dressing down there.
In the South, it's dressing, yes.
I lived in Mississippi for a few years. People would kill me when I call it stuffing. So dressing, okay. Dressing and cranberries. Good to know. Okay. Well, like I said, we got to talk some football with you. I want to start by reflecting a little bit on your career. So I feel like when I go back and watch your highlight reels, fans are all in the comments on the same page saying how much they respect the fact that you walked away from the NFL when you did to preserve your health. And I know you've said that you don't regret your decision to retire when you did. But do you think that there's anything that the league could have maybe done differently that would have encouraged you to play a few more years? Or were you like, I'm good?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that the league could have done. You know, it's just a personal situation. And it's from my experience in Detroit.
Gotcha. Travis, Jason Kelce have opened up about the toll that the football's taken on their bodies too, said they've considered retirement. As more and more players start opening up about, the mental, physical effects of an NFL career, do you think it will change the perception the world has on this game, or at least lead fans to feel a little bit more compassionate for players?
Hopefully it does, because oftentimes we're just viewed as objects and we don't really have feelings or personal lives. It's just everything's just football. But that's not the case, just like you and the next person. We just have an exceptional skill when it comes to this particular sport.
On the same subject, right before this, I saw a video of Tom Brady, who just spoke with Stephen A. Smith, and he kind of talked about his opinion on the current state of the NFL. And he kind of went in, he said there's so much mediocrity right now between everything being a penalty, defensive players, weirdly enough, having to protect offensive players rather than the other way around. He also talked about coaching, development isn't the way it used to be. So I'm curious, as someone who played during the same time as him, would you agree with some of the same sentiment he has?
What I'm going to say is that the game is it's such a physical game, so it's hard to say it's softer, but it's not as hardcore, I feel like, as it was when I was playing. As a receiver, I'm sitting here watching them throw these flags. When the DB is touching the guy downfield, he might barely bump into the guy. They're doing flags all the time whenever he get contact beyond 5 yards. I'm like, where was this at when I was playing? I was dragging guys up and down the field 20 yards. So, to his point, I would like to see the skill level, guys using their hands a little bit more. We are in the NFL. I just want to show these things off. I see a lot of drop passes, just not as sharp. And it could be due to the loss of a preseason game, but, I can't really, stray too far from what Tom said.
We had to talk about this season now because there are several wide receivers out there right now that are really impressing us. Tyreek Hill said back in July he'd love to have 2,000 yards receiving this season. And right now he's on track to break your record set in 2012. So do you think he can do it? Are you a Tyreek Hill fan?
Oh, man, Tyreek, he's a player, man. I'd love to see his maturation to the league, But, 100% is doable. There's an extra game, too, so it's going to get hit at some point. I've held it for I don't know how long now, but maybe almost close to a decade now. But at some point, these guys are getting too close to it.
I know. I got to put you on the spot here. Top 3 wide receivers in the league right now. Who would you put?
Oh, why you do me like this?
I know.
Man.
Early.
All right. Okay, I love AJ. I love AJ Brown. I like what Devontae's doing. I saw his maturation to the league. I love Stephon Diggs is doing. That's already 3. You see?
That's 3.
I left a bunch of dogs out there out. See, that's what y'all did to me. Notice, hey guys, I love all of you guys. They only gave me 3.
Right. No hard feelings. Well, I guess maybe the easier question then is, which receiver do you think is maybe not getting enough praise right now?
Who is not getting enough praise right now? I don't know. I'm so busy, I can't even watch as much football as I want. Even though I got the ticket or whatever, where I can watch all the games, I still don't get to watch them all. But who's not getting enough praise? It's tough. Batman, little Batman, he doesn't get enough praise just because he's under AJ probably. So I love Philly.
That's a good one. All right. Have to get your take on the Lions this season. They're looking like real playoff contenders. I'd like to know what impresses you most about this team, and if you think that they do have what it takes to even make it to the championship.
They're playing as a team. They're playing complementary football. You know, all three phases might not be hitting on at each time, but they're taking care of each other. One of them is, and more importantly,
miles and you'll get your snow, Sarah, okay? All right. Look, there's about 25 million Americans, as Sarah said, and any way you slice it, this storm is going to be very impactful over the eastern seaboard from Saturday right through Sunday. The storm is developing and starting to actually pull in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, currently located across the central interior. A wet weekend for the southeast, and then we start to see that rain-snow mix initially for places like D.C., Philadelphia, before transitioning to all rain. More the same in New York City, maybe a few wet snowflakes for you. I think up to an inch of heavy wet snow before transitioning to all rain, maybe some snow on the backside of this. And the only exception for the major cities along the I-95 corridor, Boston, you'll stay all snow for this event before it all comes.
bringing to that team, him and Dan Holmes. And then the biggest thing to me is having so many player coaches on that staff.
Drivers in Florida are ditching their car insurance and doing this instead.
Building a legacy. You're proving Vegas Sports is one of the best shows in town.
It's a lot easier playing hockey in front of 20,000 than this. Can confirm that. It's an honor to speak on behalf of not only my teammates but the entire organization and the city of Las Vegas. It is, of course, an amazing city. It's the entertainment capital of the world. I say that with all due respect to Delaware, Mr. President. Thank you so much. This is for some of us, once in a lifetime opportunity. Fortunately, some guys have done this more than once. We're looking forward to trying to get back here.
Comes to an end by Monday morning. This will
yourself. What do I want? We've got 8 scientists frozen into a block of flesh. My people need to be respected. They want you to spy on me.
There is no war so bloody as a war between dragons.
You will see what I can do.
We've been tracking the value of our car. Should we sell it?
We hold.
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Come on.
Already sold the Carvana. Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
SoFi is helping me get my money right to achieve my ambitions. With SoFi checking and savings, I pay no account fees and earn a competitive APY.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants, it's every day. A let's dig in day. A chap.
Hi, I'm Zuleika Nathu, and I'm the host of The Humankind Connection. Our show features stories of heroism, special relationships, and moments that truly show the best of humanity. We hope you'll join us right here on the USA Today channel.
This high school senior was nominated homecoming queen, and her dad is doing something no one thought he could.
And during that moment, I was having to tell each legs, take one foot in front of the other and walk. And it was frustrating and scary.
Brett Yancey has stage 4 esophageal cancer. He was experiencing paralysis just days before and had had a seizure. But he was determined to escort his daughter, Sarah Kate, just like the other dads.
I was holding on to him as tight as I could. Everybody was so nice and so loving, and there wasn't a dry eye.
Brett's been battling cancer for 6 years. His treatment and recovery time means he's missed a lot of his 3 daughters' milestones.
We've missed proms, we've missed homecomings, we've missed ball games, we've missed awards ceremonies.
His family has learned to make it work.
I was on the field my sophomore year for homecoming, and he had just had a major surgery and was in the hospital. And so I had my sisters walk me.
But this time, when Sarah Kate was nominated for homecoming queen, her father was set on being right beside her.
Every 10 steps, I would look over and I was like, "Are you okay? Can you make it? Do I need to get somebody to come get you?" And he was like, "No, I'm walking it the whole way with you." And I was like, "Okay." So I was a little nervous, but I knew that I had him holding on to him really tight, and I was just proud to see him make it the whole way, and it meant a lot to me.
She locked on to me, and she carried me throughout the journey across the field.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She won the crown that day, and her dad won her heart.
For me, it was overwhelming as a father, knowing that I got to walk with her and be with her side by side, because, one of my major goals when I got diagnosed was to be able to walk my children down the aisle when they get married. And, this is one step in the process.
It's important to see, and for others to see, that no matter what it looks like or how it is, that there's miracles in everything, whether they're
Down day. Take a big
2020 bid for the White House, where he talked about battling for the soul of the nation, but also going back to his re-election video last year, where the first few videos and images were about the January 6th insurrection and his calls for freedom and protection of American democracy. All of this, campaign officials say, has only become more urgent. In a statement, the deputy campaign manager for the Biden-Harris campaign said the following, quote, "The president will make the case directly that democracy and freedom, two powerful ideas that united the 13 colonies and the generations throughout our nation's history have fought and died for, remain central to the fight we're in today." As you mentioned there at the start, John, the location of this speech is important. It's against the backdrop of the Revolutionary War site of Valley Forge. And the president is going to highlight
time.
Been looking for the past year to get these dental implants put in, because otherwise it...
Ready.
In my young mind, I thought, well, if he adopts me, then he'll end up leaving me.
Both admit Kaylee's teenage years were dark.
Your mind is changing, your outlook and perspective on the world is changing, and so there were some really rocky moments where I just didn't know if that relationship would ever be close.
But Ramel kept showing up for every recital, vacation, and birthday.
My first relationship, my first heartbreak, all my games. I did track. He was there for me for that. Literally every step of the way, prom, graduation, homecomings. He was one of those dads where's the rest of that dress?
I'm like most fathers. I'm very protective, sometimes overprotective, and my nickname in my family is Papa Bear.
I'm 20 now and he's still here, so he's in this for life now.
So she surprised Ramel with a visit, a meal, and a very important question.
Will you make me the happiest person on earth and adopt me? Of course I will.
It was probably one of the most validating experiences of my life. Just to stick with it and to stick with her. I was overjoyed. I was overjoyed to hear from her mouth. Her desire for me to adopt her was just huge.
It's not a picture, it's a video. Was he jumping? Whoa, whoa. Get down! Get down! Let me get
It was up in the tree though. Oh, there he is. I got him. Yeah. Okay, so Greg read the notes in. Yep. Those trees, you got them? Yeah. All right, cool. Next one, Blake. You coming left? Slack in. I'm lifting these. Load in 3, 2, 1. Load is yours. You guys good? Okay, good. Coming straight up. Greg, don't move. Easy forward, Greg. Easy forward. Copy that. They have the big dug and they're ready to look down. Keep coming up. Keep coming up. Good. All right, we'll take you back to where we were. All right. We're coming right. Battalion 7, age 30 victims been rescued around Tilsey.
We've been talking about our cybercrime